WTIM.
Welcome into the WTIM morning show right here on WTIM, your information station. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host, and thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. In studio, we are very excited to have Brandy Bruley, new superintendent at Taylorville School District. She served 15 years as the principal of North Elementary, served on she was the director of curriculum on the Illinois State Board of Education, and was the superintendent of Waverly School District. Miss Brandy Bruley, so good to have you in studio with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. And let's just talk about it, a little bit of your background. Did I get it all right there?
You
15
did,
years.
yes.
Amazing.
Yes, I taught for 7 years. My experience as an elementary teacher, kindergarten, and then fourth grade.
Awesome.
And then I came here to Taylorville. It's the first experience being an administrator, where they took a chance on me as a brand new principal without any experience.
Wow.
And it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. So I'm glad to be home.
Really, really good to have you back home here. 15 years at North Elementary over there. You are familiar with the town, with the needs of the community. What kind of experience are you going to be able to bring into this superintendent position, just focusing on that 15 years at North?
Sure. So what I'd like to bring back is building those community relationships again. We have great people here, and I've always said wherever I go, Taylorville has some of the best teachers I've ever seen. So I'm excited to work alongside the community and the teachers and get back into it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And once again, good to have you back in town. And we are very familiar with our local educators and just so much of the things that they do, getting kids inside the school and getting their education started the right way. It's all very important. So you're coming into an interesting situation. We've had an interim superintendent in Deborah Philpott, then an interim to the interim in Kenneth Schwengel there. I think for the community, I can say along with the community, we are just happy to have a permanent superintendent. Do you feel that kind of moving in? You kind of feel that you are the permanent and people are going to be looking at you now?
I am permanent,
Yes.
but I just started July 1. So what's today? Today's the 29th. 29
Wow.
days in. Yes. So I feel permanent-ish.
Good.
Yes, it's been a good transition. Everyone at the unit office has been extremely helpful and insightful, and yeah.
It's very good to hear. But you've signed as of earlier this year. Even.
Correct.
2023.
I signed my contract, I believe, the end of December.
Okay.
So, and it's a 5-year contract.
5 year. Okay, really cool. But you have been keeping track of what's been going on with the Taylorville School Board and the district itself. You've been at those meetings?
Yes, I have been attending the board meetings.
Perfect. And that's a really good thing to hear because these have been very busy meetings. Let's get into it just a little bit. What have you heard? And now we can kind of move into our goals conversation just a little bit. What are your thoughts moving into it? And of course, you're not looking to overhaul everything, but hearing the needs, what are the conversations? What are your thoughts?
So I'm glad you brought that up because the goals, I've asked all 7 board members to meet with me individually, and the ones who have been able to attend, we have sat down and we've talked about, what do you love about the Taylorville School District? And then also, what are your goals for me? And then from there, I have compiled all of those that I will present to the board at the August board meeting.
Perfect.
And they will approve those. And those will be my goals moving forward for my evaluation. But some of those same themes that have come up is transparent communication, not only with the board, but the community. Putting together a strategic plan, a long-range plan for the community that will have different facets in it, such as curriculum design, student assessment, facility updates, finances. We're coming off all the ESSER dollars.
Sure.
That's a concern. Building better relationships with NPT. That was a common theme that came up among board members. So taking all of those needs and their goals for me and then just putting those out community-wide.
Well, what a perfect way to do that, hearing from these 7 board members individually. Is this normal? Is this common practice for a superintendent to do?
I did it in my previous district.
Cool.
I don't know if it's normal, but it is for me because I don't want to be blindsided on something that they thought I should be doing. And that way we just have that clear connection with one another as to what should we do to help our schools improve.
Were there commonalities amongst these board members for things that they enjoyed about the Taylorville School District?
Oh, absolutely. The curriculum that we currently have with Tommy TV, that was a recurring theme. Again, it went back to what I said previously. We love our teachers here. All board members, we absolutely love our teachers. So yeah, those type of things that they're very proud of resonated well with me. And I agree.
Really,
we have great teachers here.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So you're building a plan, and it's birthed from the ideas and the complaints conversations had with other board members there, and this is all going to be taled about at the next Taylorville School Board meeting?
Absolutely. Yep.
Perfect. All right, we're very excited for that then. And are you planning to add in any of your own opinions onto this and things that you have seen, your professional opinion, with so many years as a principal, superintendent? You've seen the administration side, you've seen the education side. You're able to bring both of those skill sets into these decisions.
Yes. Yeah. So one of the themes that came up again was the strategic plan. And so that would be a 5-year plan written previously in the ESSER grant was district-wide strategic goal setting. And so we are still able to access those funds through the end of September. And that is where we have a member from IASA, the Superintendent's Association, that comes in and works directly with school districts to help provide some guidelines and some guidance and some vision and mission for school. And then we will be able to invite community members in and have them involved because this is their school, and have some input and some say into, here are the 5 main themes. How do you see this happening community-wide, and get their input and their voice in there, which is something that I'm really excited about.
Extremely promising to hear that. And we've seen it at these Taylorville school board meetings. We have a passionate community out there with a lot of ideas, and they like to voice those. So you're saying they will have an opportunity to speak on this. It's all really, really great to hear. We're speaking with Brandy Bruley, new superintendent at the Taylorville School District. What else do we need to know about you? Going back a little bit to your resume there, Brandy, 15 years with North Elementary here in Taylorville. We recently spoke with their principal. Great operations they got going over there. With the Illinois State Board of Education, served as the director of that board?
Yeah. So I was the director of curriculum instruction. Yes, I did that for 1 year. Cool. Here's what I love about the state board. There are great people there. There's some things that they do for schools that we don't always agree with, but then being on that other side, we could see where those things come about and why they came about. But the thing that the state board was missing that school districts have are students and teachers, and I had to get back. I had to get back.
Yes, that's what they were missing out on, is the students and the teachers.
Yes.
Wow. Can you explain maybe, and I want to say legislation, but something that was enacted there that kind of just takes the focus away from students?
Well, I think what's happening is you have the federal government make some laws and decisions, and the state board has to be in compliance and make sure the school districts are in compliance with those too. And we don't always understand why, or we get, why is this report due? We're so overwhelmed and burdened with all of these reports, and you get a better sense as to the reasons behind it.
Absolutely.
So, and when there's an error in a grant or something going on, I know exactly who to pick up the phone and call.
Absolutely. It's a great resource, great skill to have. Once again, it's all really, really great to hear, and bridging that gap and learning how that's going to affect your stay as our superintendent. So we're very happy to have that in your resume as well. Getting back into current operations, can we talk a little bit about the building project?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I brought some notes so I didn't mess it up here, but what we're doing right now at the high school with the new addition is we get a weekly update from our architect firm, and right now they're continuing to do the foundation work. I guess today is a little bit out due to the weather, but continue with the storm sewer. We have the ceilings and floors that have started in the band room, and then we have currently a sewer installation at the Tommy TV area. Okay. So right now, everything is on schedule, hopeful to be done by the end of February is the timeline for when this should all be completed.
Absolutely. Okay, that's really great to hear. End of February. And I love the timeline for that.
That's the hope.
Okay,
yes.
that is the hope. And all things go well. If we keep having rainy days like this, it's going to slow things down. But I'm sure the community is going to be very happy to hear that. Do you have written down what exactly the community can expect coming out of the changes at the end of February with the new building?
Well, as you know, the Board of Education in May voted to table any further discussions on a fine arts center until phase 1 is complete. So at the end of February, the goal is to bring that conversation back around.
Absolutely. Okay. We're very excited to see all the updates coming to the school, because it's been about a year since that's been turned down. We've been happy to see the new classroom additions that have been up, and of course all the construction that has been happening. Brandy, it's set for us to take our first short little break right here, but when we come back, we'll have much more to speak with to Brandy Bruley, a new superintendent at Taylorville School District. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. Once again, this is the WTIM Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Your information station, WTIM.
If you're like most people, finding extra money for your savings just doesn't happen. Hi, this is Nicole Maloli at People's Bank and Trust, and we have the solution you've been looking for. Sign up for our Save by Spending Roundup program, and we'll round up your purchases to the next dollar, then transfer that change to your savings account. It's as easy as shop, enjoy, and save. Start saving for the things you really want with our Save by Spending Roundup program. Call 888-PBT-1954 and let us put you and your savings first. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi everyone, Nicole Patrick here, your new local country financial representative at 917 West Bresser in Taylorville. I'm proud to recognize the Tornado student athletes that represent our community by being the exclusive sponsor of the WTIM Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game. During Tornado sports broadcasts this school year, WTIM announcers will select a player at the end of each game who will receive a certificate for being named our Player of the Game. Good luck to all the teams this season, and go Tornadoes!
Shop local first.
Think about what a huge impact local shopping has on our local economy when our money stays at home versus shopping via the internet or with the big box stores. Your dollars get turned over several times, benefiting our communities. The Miller Media Group and these local businesses encourage you to shop local first. Davis Family McDonald's, located in Taylorville, Pana, Shelbyville. I'm loving it. These local businesses and the Miller Media Group ask you to shop local first.
Shop local first. All across the area, shop here first.
Christian County businesses now have another way to attract customers and promote their brand. The Miller Media Group's new 36 by 72 inch two-sided electronic sign is now live in front of our Park Street studios in Taylorville. We're offering businesses the opportunity of promoting themselves to the over 11,200 drivers a day that pass our studios. Reach out to your Miller Media Group account manager now to get on board with this digital electronic sign advertising opportunity.
Luke Milan here from Milan Mowing, offering complete lawn care services to all of Christian and surrounding counties, and we are accepting new customers. Find out our lawn care options by clicking our icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM AM, FM, and online on the WTIM mobile app and Amazon Alexa is your ag information station with over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming and our own local farm broadcaster. Tune into WTIM, your ag information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back into the WTIM morning show, this time with new Superintendent Brandy Bruley of the Taylorville School District. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. First half, we talked Brandy Bruley's biography there, 15 years as principal at North Elementary School and superintendent of Waverly School District. Very familiar with the operations of this job. We talked some upcoming, some goals for the 2024-2025 school year and current projects. Brandy, just once again, thank you for coming in studio with us today. Absolutely. So you're coming into a school, Taylorville High School, I'm talking about specifically now, with a whole lot of really great features over there. We talked Tommy TV in that first half, an award-winning FFA program, really great musicians and athletes at that high school. There's really fun things and good things to focus on. When you're at those Taylorville school board meetings, sometimes it feels like there are negative things going on over there, which there might be some lesser things, but it's fun to think about those, the great successful things that are happening at Taylorville High School. Tell me how that feels to inherit that.
Well, yeah, I'm inheriting some really great things.
Yeah.
Like you said, FFA, Tommy TV, really, really strong academically, especially at the high school level. But what I'm excited about moving forward is, ISB has a new literacy plan that's going to roll out, and I'd like to continue with that and get that further developed. As we know, reading problems don't stop at the elementary level. They continue to go. And also not only that, but taking a look at some of that technical reading that you need to have lifelong as you move out and graduate with us. So taking a look at some of those things. I needed to speak with Mr. Hutchison. I know he's done some good work with the PACE framework, which is post-secondary work, getting kids, job ready as they graduate. I'd really like to talk with him more about that. I think he has a good handle on that and has done some good things. So coming back in and getting reacquainted with what is currently going well, excuse me, but also, moving forward as to what we can further do to provide continual support for our students.
Love it. Yeah, you went immediately to the academics right there. And literacy is a common one among school districts. Is that a trend that has been seen throughout all school districts?
Absolutely, because no matter what career you're going into when you leave us, you definitely have to have strong reading skills. And so I think the State Board of Education, along with the federal government, at least when I was there, this was coming about, that what are we doing? We have curriculum, but is it hitting every domain that it needs to provide continuous support in the various reading levels, such as comprehension and phonics and et cetera, and keep going on. So, I think that the state has recognized that this is a concern nationwide. And what can we do to improve ourselves better? There's always room for improvement.
Absolutely. And of course, these decisions and this framework kind of coming from the state. But did you see, I'm thinking towards the COVID era, did this literacy or lack of literacy kind of spike in the COVID era? Or is this always been?
That's hard to say. I think there is some criticism there that, yes, of course, because being in person is better than being remote. We all know that. But when I was working at the state board, COVID didn't exist. Okay. So this was this is on the cusp of what they were talking about then. So I can't blame this on COVID.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. And it is a thing that likes to come up, and we like to question that because of course you did have the kids a year and a half over their tablet, over their laptop. But it is interesting to hear you say that. So absolutely, you said in the first half, Taylorville School Board, they took a chance on you, and I found that interesting because I wouldn't be taking a chance based on your resume. What makes you say that?
Well, I think they're cautious. Any school board member I've ever met, they're cautious with a new superintendent coming in. They want to make sure that they've hired the right person that's going to do well and follow through their goals and meet the community needs. So I think it's a little nerve-wracking on their end as well of hiring someone. Most of them know me. But some of them don't. I've had some of their children in North School. I've worked alongside of them as administrators with some of them. I've had one as a PTA mom that I've worked well with. So just rebuilding those connections and getting to know the other board members.
That's cool.
In a better light.
That's cool to hear the different types of relationships you've had with these board members. Very interesting. And you're a member of this Taylorville community. Did you live in Taylorville for these past years? No.
Nope. Residency was never a requirement.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. We're speaking right now with new superintendent Brandy Bruley of the Taylorville School District. You mentioned in that first half, and I always hear this word brought up, and I never asked it. ESSER funds. This is totally. What are these ESSER funds? They brought up so much.
Yes, ESSER is your COVID dollars.
Okay.
So every district received 3 rounds of this funding from the federal government to be used for pandemic and things related to that. So that we are coming off of that, all districts are. And the last time to access any of those funds will be September, the end of September.
Wow.
So those grants were written previously before I arrived. And a lot of it goes towards learning loss. Okay. So there's been professional development in the past. There's been some after school programming. There's been some instructional supplies for teachers to use within the classrooms to help their needs to raise student achievement. And then, of course, one of the other big projects that was allowable in the grant was to add a new HVAC system to the West Gym.
Okay.
So we're waiting on that.
Okay. Cleared that up for me then with the ESSER funds right there. I really love it. You have this student and educator mindset and kind of moving into this. Talk to me just a little bit about what you plan to say in school board meetings and plan to enact just to give them just a little bit more support.
Well, I think this is what the 7 board members and I do agree on. Every decision that we're making, we're taking students' focus first. So if it's a new renovation, how does that impact students? How many students does this impact? If we're doing a new curriculum design, how does this impact our students? I think that is our focus that the 8 of us see eye to eye on for sure.
Absolutely. That's a common denominator to get behind right there. It's all about the students right there. And for this upcoming 2024-2025 school year, anything new that Taylorville parents out there might experience with the school district? Anything they might need to know about?
Not that comes to mind, which is good. Which is good.
Yeah.
There's no immediate changes. Those are always nice.
No, it really is.
We're ready for school to start and get rolling. And I think right now we're we're ready and excited to meet everyone.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to see how this school year goes. I'm excited to attend these Taylorville School Board meetings for one, just to see a little bit more structure and just to have a permanent person in that seat across from me there. And we were just speaking with a principal over in the Pana School District. They have 2 elementary schools combining into one this year. And I was thinking about all the coordination and operation that parents are going to have to know about that. We're not going to have to deal with any of those type of changes this year for our Taylorville school year. So we're happy to see it. 30 seconds left. Any final words for our listeners out there, Brandon?
No, I'm just very excited to work alongside you, get to reacquaint myself with you, and I'm excited to be back. It's a great feeling.
Amazing. Superintendent Bruley, thank you for taking the time and being here with us today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Brandy Bruley, new superintendent for the Taylorville School District, here in our first slot for our WTIM morning show. You are listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville.